Okay guys, it's a B-Day.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Whitney. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic, David. How are you?
I'm doing great. Today's Thursday, March 9th, and I have a question for you today, Whitney.
What's the question?
What is something that's hard to tell about you at first sight?
I'm not really sure. Why don't you answer the question first and then I'll go.
I believe that people think I'm stupid when they first see me, but in reality, I'm really smart.
Wow, David, that's a great thing. Now it's time for our monthly pillar.
Today's monthly pillar is all about self-control. The quote for today is, "I will be calm, I will be mistress of myself." Jane Austen, Sense and Sensibility.
That is a great quote, David. Now it's time for our lunch. Oh, no, I lied. It's weather.
It is weather. Let's move on to weather.
David, please inform us on what today's weather will be.
Today's weather is going to be sunny with a high of 85 and a low of 67.
Cool, and now it is time for our lunch.
Yep.
So, today's lunch, we're going to be having whole grain beef and bean burritos, tomato salsa, refried beans, and mandarin oranges.
That sounds great. Anyways, let's move on to the student news. Are you active on social media? Do you run a YouTube or TikTok channel? If so, please go see Miss Culligan's room at 202.
Guys, remember that the yearbook is still available for purchase. Please purchase your yearbook because only the pre-ordered ones will be handed out.
Anyways, let's go on to the club news.
There are no clubs for today, but students, remember that field day is coming very close, so I hope you paid because it will be a lot of fun. Also, teachers and students, if you have an announcement that you would like to be on the morning news, you should please submit a paper, give it to Ms. Culligan. And that's all for club news.
Have a great day, guys.
Today, innovative history is heading back around the 1500s, to the age of exploration, back when Europeans first started exploring the Americas. What you see here is an old world map that includes what many Europeans thought the Americas looked like back in the day. But have you ever wondered how the Americas got their names? Today we'll learn about Amerigo Vespucci, known for his sailing abilities, rugged beard, and fancy pantaloons. Amerigo Vespucci was an Italian explorer born in Italy around 1454. He followed explorations to the Americas, like those of the Vikings in 1000 AD, and Christopher Columbus in 1492. Now, even though Columbus sailed to the New World first, it's Amerigo Vespucci who had North and South America named after him. As you can see, the word America comes from a slight change in the spelling of his name, Amerigo. But why would the New World be named after Amerigo Vespucci and not Christopher Columbus? Before we find out, let's learn a bit more about who Amerigo Vespucci was. Amerigo came from a well-connected family. As a boy, he was educated in the humanities by his uncle and set up for success. He eventually grew up and worked for a very wealthy Italian family, the Medicis. The family acted as a bank and invested lots of money across Europe. Amerigo eventually moved to Spain, where he worked in the shipping industry, and there's even a chance that he met Christopher Columbus in person. Eventually, Amerigo would become a sailor himself. You see, Christopher Columbus got into a bit of trouble with the Spanish government. He was a brutal ruler of the colonies that had been established in the New World by Spain, and so the King and Queen of Spain found new explorers to replace him. One of these men was Amerigo Vespucci, who was asked to pilot a voyage and manage the map-making, astrology, and navigation. And so, in 1499, Amerigo Vespucci set out on his first voyage to what he thought was the West Indies, or Asia. On this voyage, Vespucci charted stars, recorded the plants and natives he saw, and even found the Amazon River. Over a year later, Vespucci returned to Spain, and he wrote a letter of his exploits and sent it to his friend, Lorenzo de' Medici. By 1501, Vespucci was sailing again, only this time it was for Portugal instead of Spain. He sailed even further down modern-day South America on this voyage, and unlike Columbus, who thought he had discovered the West Indies, Vespucci began to believe he had discovered a new continent entirely. He called it Mundus Novus, meaning New World. He again wrote his discoveries to his friend Lorenzo de' Medici. Now, in 1503, Amerigo's good friend Lorenzo de' Medici died. Upon his death, a copy of Vespucci's letters were discovered and published. They were read all over Europe. A German mapmaker, by the name of Martin Waldseemüller, published a geography book. In this book, he named the southern hemisphere America in honor of Amerigo. The name would eventually catch on in Europe, and so the continents became North and South America. Amerigo Vespucci would spend his remaining days working for the Spanish government, training new navigators, and helping manage all the charts and maps of the new worlds.
That's all for today's news, Eagles.
Thanks for watching. Tune in tomorrow to see what happens next.
And as always,
Soar Eagles!
You can catch me posted up with the